Hello again. There can be no doubt that Home Secretary Priti Patel is a very shrewd and ambitious woman with her eye on the post of Prime Minister. It is perhaps for this reason that she has decided that she doesn't want any bad publicity about the hundreds of illegal immigrants still flooding into the country across the Channel. She has hit upon a marvellous way of dealing with this problem, and it doesn't entail any hard work at all or any efforts by the Navy or anybody else. It simply means ordering the government department, of which she is the head, not to release daily figures anymore for the number of incursions into our territory by boatloads of foreigners. Instead, the figures are to be issued only every 3 months. In the meantime, she has other and more important matters to occupy her attention. She was writing in the Sunday Telegraph yesterday about what she thinks we should do about the crisis in Ukraine. Now, two things strike me about this. I give a link in the description to this video to the newspaper article. I'm no great student of the British Constitution, but I'm fairly sure that the role of the Home Secretary is to look after matters relating to what is going on in this country, rather than worrying about what is happening thousands of miles away. She is full of such things as any conflict in Ukraine would not be a foreign quarrel about which we know little. But really, I would rather she was worried herself about what was going on in Britain itself. Maybe she's engaged in a pissing contest with Foreign Secretary Liz Truss to see who can shoot her mouth off the most about Russia and Ukraine. After all, both of them want Boris Johnson's job. Some of the things which she says are so cheeky that I cannot help quoting her. She writes that, "I have closed the golden visa scheme for good to eliminate the opportunity for people to pay their way into the country." Let me say that again. She wants to eliminate the opportunity for people to pay their way into the country. What does she think is happening when people in Calais pay people smugglers to take them across the English Channel? Isn't that people paying their way into the country? Or do the 28,000 people who paid their way into the country by this route last year not count? Honestly, I've never heard anything like this in my life. It's some of the most breathtaking cheek I've ever seen a politician come out with. By the way, despite Patel's efforts to stop us knowing what is going on that front, something like 100 illegal immigrants a day are still paying their way into the country every day via the Channel, and the numbers are accelerating. No wonder she doesn't want the statistics to be published. Still talking about what she describes as the Russian criminals, kleptocrats and corrupt elites, whom she imagines are a major problem in Britain, the Home Secretary says that I will use all the powers at my disposal against individuals who seek to harm our democracy and our people. I hate to tell our Home Secretary this, but it is not Russian kleptocrats and corrupt elites who are harming our people. It is Muslims, some of whom arrived in Britain as refugees or asylum seekers. One thinks of the young man who detonated a bomb outside a Liverpool hospital, and also the so-called Parsons Green tube bomber. I quite see why Priti Patel wishes to do a bit of grandstanding at the moment, having as she has her eyes on the prize of the Premiership. But I do wish she would focus a little more on the real problems Britain faces, rather than fretting about Russia quite so much.